wealth fund. It is the largest. It is the largest foreign wealth fund, pension fund that is out there in the world, or at least one of the largest. I think they have $850 billion under management. It's the Norwegian government, the finance minister, they run the fund. They have employees all over the world. I think in New York they also have an office, and they invest pretty much all over the world in unbelievable many countries. They buy mostly like large cap corporations with nice dividends, pretty strong, solid and boring corporations. Like the largest holdings are like Nestle, Novartis, both from Switzerland, and they have Roche, and they own a lot Apple, and they own Royal Dutch Shell. So it's a pretty much boring dividend stable machine, and it's a pretty smart way. I mean, you can learn from the Norwegians how to invest. When the stock market went down 2008, they had like 40% in stocks and 60%, something like that, in bonds and so on, and other assets, and they increased the stock part from 40 to 60 in the middle of the crisis of a stock meltdown. Pretty smart. Today they have 60% the Norwegians in stocks invested, and 35% in bonds, and 5% in real estate. I think they want to increase the real estate part. They own real estate also in Norway, and so if you look at the whole thing, it's 2.5 times of the GDP what the Norwegians produce every year. 2.5 times that much they have saved up in that fund. It's an amazing wealth they have created over the years. They run that fund for decades, and as I said, just boring, just simple, plain stocks. Keep on buying them, holding them, and it's a fantastic thing. We investors can learn. It's like a value investing strategy what Warren Buffett is doing, and I mean, Warren Buffett adds a little more, because when he started 50 years ago, his Berkshire Hathaway, he started, it was like a cigarette butt. Berkshire Hathaway was a difficult textile mile in the US. It had problems. They didn't do a lot of margin because I think the textile industry was moving outside the US. They had cheaper cotton coming from Asian regions and so on. So Warren Buffett thought this is a great company below book value. I think he was after below book value. He bought it, and he thought he maybe it will turn around, but later on he used Berkshire Hathaway as a corporation where he collected all companies as a holding kind of, and he put all these stocks he bought into it, and corporations and family businesses. I think today he owns like more than 100 family businesses or so, and many stocks like American Express, like lots of banks, I think, lots of insurances, chemical factories, like everything you can imagine, and Coca-Cola and IBM, and so on. But it's pretty Phillips 66 is pretty well known what he owns. So anyway, it's a boring strategy, but when Warren Buffett started early, he had like some companies here, they are 500 times baggers. So like Geico, I think he invested over a pretty small amount of money, but over the years it was the compounding, and he made his money 500 times, and very few people can do it. First of all, most people don't have the patience. They can't wait decades. They are not able to. They are built differently, and they have different bonuses and setups. Corporations are not built for so long to buy and hold. I love it. All my stocks I buy and hold forever. At least that's my goal. And so he has many corporations. He had 500 times baggers, and that's an amazing thing. It's the compounding is such a machine. It's a snowball. When a thing rolls, it's an amazing thing. Most people don't get it in their head. What does it mean, compounding? they don't understand it. It's very difficult because it exponentially goes up. Like, it's not linear. Most people just think linear, like little baby steps, just and but that shoots up, the compounding, and of course the years are important, the interest rate you're expecting, and the fees. Also, people underestimate the effect of fees. When you do compounding, the fees are so important because they hurt you on the long run. And yeah, anyway, there's a guy, he explained it. If you fold a paper, if you have a piece of paper and you fold this here 50 times, each time in the middle, and the distance what you will have like on 50 times folding a piece of paper, it's very difficult. Of course, it gets harder and harder, but it's such a distance, it will be so long that it reaches to the moon or the sun 50 times. It's a crazy growth. The same if you have a penny, you have a penny, and the penny, let's see, the penny you have, you just double it every day for a month. Here, a penny, you double it every day. You double it every day, and for 30 days, what will happen? I think it comes out that you will have the penny double every day for 30 days. Will be at the end, the result will be $10.7 million. It's the compounding. Or what happens if you have $1? I don't have right now $1 in my wallet, just 20s and 5s. But anyway, what happens when you have $1 and you let it compound for 30 days? You double it every day. You will have $1 billion. And people like Carlos Slim and Warren Buffett, Carl Icahn, they understand the effect of the compounding. They can let the machine run. Most people are anxious. A lot of people, they understand kind of the stock market system, that you can get average 10% like in the last 100 years or so. But even if you get just 8.5% return average a year, annualized, and you put in $200 a month, you do that for 45 years, you will have more than $1 million. $200, 45 years on a monthly basis. Just stupid, put it in an S&P 500 index fund every month. Just don't think about it, and you just do that. You have low fees of 0.05%. That's like $5 for every $10,000 invested. And you will have, at the end of 45 years when you retire, will have $1.1 million. It's just fabulous. It's most people, what they do wrong, maybe they get it, but they are anxious, they get emotional, or they are overconfident. They trade and they go in and out and they jump around and they pull out the money, they go back in, and the timing goes wrong. Nobody can time it. It's just simple buy and hold, as the Norwegians do, or Warren Buffett is doing. Okay, that's all for today. Bye.